Rondo, what's going on? Yeah, come on and have a seat, man. We'll start here in a few minutes. It's getting hot in here. In the oven, so excuse me. Woo! Let's get in this read. What's cracking? What's cracking? Dog it, man. Is this floor like twisted or something? Oh man. Okay. Shit. Boy, it's hot out high like a mother, y'all. And I'm in here. It went from 73 to 82. In a matter of moments. Anywho, so we have some brothers and sisters come here. They're still in the religious zone. I don't like the term religion. I'm not saying it's a bad term. I just know that regardless of what may have been, it's been utilized for bad purposes. And because I've read these books, I'm more aware that majority of people don't read them. And the ones that do, thank goodness they're hitting certain points and they're paying attention. Like when I mentioned about, Ashkenaz and their siblings, who he utilizes, damn near killed most of them off, or they're mixed up in all the people that run around with these new identities, whether it be Spaniard, this, that, and other. Ashkenaz comes by way of Gomar, female, who comes from Yaphet. It boggles the mind with all the people who actually believe that these Ashkenazis were us. And I keep telling you, they wrote themselves in. My issue with religion has been perverted. It's like, do you hang around perverted gay folks and you know they're perverted? That means that there's something there that you want to be a part of. Or you've been nurtured and raised that way, and you haven't partaken in it, maybe. Yet, you're comfortable with it. Not the best example, but an example regardless. And the majority, 99% of people that believe in religions, don't know who the fuck we are. They've accepted the enemy's narrative, and we've already painted that picture. Nobody else has. Now, we had Monique Bonacci and a number of other ones point out the fact that we've always been here. We don't have to prove nothing or argue with nobody, because they don't know their truth. And the majority of us have found their truth or have known it. And like I said, we're very loving people, regardless of all the vile and evil. I don't have no problem if you want to believe in Jesus and, God and Satan. Have at it. But the warfare, if it was based upon a fact and it was relevant to these bastards, and I know some of y'all saying, the people of Hollywood movies, because nobody would ever said this. When we get done on the battlefield, I'll meet you in hell. Like, who the fuck would say that? That's grafting people in. But are Satanists, are these so-called Luciferians, that's fucking monkeys. Anyway, do they believe in the bullshit they do? Of course. Y'all believe in religion. They believe in Satanism. I mean, what the fuck? The thing is, I keep telling y'all that that's a crossroad that don't exist. I'm not saying it's not fundamentals, but there is something that makes everybody want a religion. Even those who dismiss it. Not me. You are the fucking religion. That's the relationship. Remember, I expressed that. So for those of you who come over here and you're all finicky and you're all emotional and shit like that, because you got a bunch of special force people that had an epiphany and they come to Jesus and their life turned around, they did that. But it's all right. There's nothing wrong with it. But that doesn't mean you're getting to know yourself. I don't care what you accomplish. Oh my goodness. Well, that's plant-based. Oh, I wanted so bad to get us some off-the-bone turkey, and then I saw they had the plant meat that I asked her to get. I didn't know she had to do it because there's people from France and places like that are vegan. And they're like, we're not eating that stuff, the sun shit, whatever that is. And I was like, why you always get that when there's better stuff out there? It's like, well, oh man. Look. See, they had it. I grabbed me like 5 and 5. Oh my goodness. Anyway. I have no problem if you believe in religion. But you really need to invest yourself in it wholly. And you don't need to become a fanatic. Don't go thinking you're preaching to somebody when that's not what you're ordained for. You don't know if you're a Levite based on the scripture. And we have a lot of people running around doing that. Okay? Not everybody's Levitical. And that's not a word of ours either. But as far as their theology, which is bullshit, but I just want you to know that. I'm not here to have anybody dismiss any post-belief. All right? Meaning where you're at, okay? After the fact. I'm not here to dismiss it. I'm not here to, because a lot of you will have turbulence and turmoil, and I'm not here to do that. I'm here for you to wake the fuck up. For real. Not wokeism, which was created by the CIA. Not the other bullshit. I am here to have you wake the fuck up. Because I love riding around with motherfuckers looking at me and I'll be looking at them like, nigga, you on my soil. I never look down at anybody, motherfucker. That's not grafting in me. Snatch you by your neck and lift you off your feet and pull your ass around for real. Broke down it. I'm trying to tell you, y'all capable of so much shit. Even when your body fucked up, all right? You don't give that strength to say, oh, my body's fucked up. No. That's something that's pragmatic. It's already established. Just like your existence is already established. You gotta allow yourself to embody who the fuck you are. You dig what I'm saying? And I just wanted to look, because somebody had sent a message and I was like, yo, look, beloved sister. First of all, I'm not with feminine. I'm not with some chakra queen bullshit. You gotta fucking earn that. I don't want to hear nobody talking about kings and queens and all that other bullshit. And fuck out of here. Okay? I didn't see 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 women get together and talk to 5,000 men and say, this is the one. You've been nurtured in the woods. Well, you've been nurtured in the paleo. The nuances of what may be. You know how to walk in your dreams. That means realms or however you want to call it. Okay? Like if you're arguing and you're fighting with people and you're stressed, you're going to go to the lower realm. That sleep that you're having when you're traveling, it's not for remembrance. But if you are highly anticipated of your truth and enlightened, you're going to have, look, 3-minute dream will equate to a 3-year dream. And you will remember and you will walk and you will have control over it because it's a real existence. You are actually having an outer body experience. Yet it's still comprised in the physical, in that universe that encapsulates you. But you walk into the outer, all right? It tells people to fast and meditate and to pray. That, you know what prayer means? Speak a truth. And in that, it comes into fruition, right? Now, I'm not going to go to verses and get all this, say, Jebediah and this, that, and Ezekiel, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not going to do that. Who walked with and told and Jesus asked, no. New Testament, whatever. You need to find that and find something that is compatible, but you can also do that in the world you live in. And then you can make this, you can have this mating that brings balance. You dig what I'm saying? You be on your own square, on your own circle. It's just the way it is. All right? When you want something that actually works, not to exist, and you're part of the dynamic of changing the narrative, that's why I put our brother right there, Mr. Poe. All right? Even with me, I tell you, research it. Do not take my word for it. Now, if I say something's based upon a fact, that means there's lucrative information that's not only in books. You know what I'm saying? It's the simple stuff. Okay? The enemy is sick. They are very perverse. And when I'm reading to you, I want you not to only look outside, but I want you to look at the ones around. Because if I want you to not see me, I would already conscripted a storyline to hide me and have you look everywhere else instead of the box sitting right in front of you. So therefore you will never open it, but you'll open everything else. So when I'm talking Anunnaki, this, that, custodians, blah, 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 pay attention to what I'm expressing. Do I believe that there's other? Frick yeah. Heck yeah. Yes. Of course. Why are they terraforming this one? Because they're mentally ill. And there are other things. Just know that. If you're going to believe in that religion, that Bible, or Quran, or Torah, whatever it is, doesn't it illuminate that? Even in Gilgamesh, he talks about those gods around him, to which he, like, because Gilgamesh is Nimrod, is Azazel. Look, you don't have to believe me. Do the research. Okay? I'm going to take another bite. We're going to read. I'm hungry. Look, my apologies, but I'm hungry. I got me a brand new bottle of wine. I'm ready to get in there. It tastes just like it. I swear to God. I know it's minimal processing going into it, but man, it's good. Oh, man. Thank goodness I don't eat no potato chips and shit. Cause right now I got like 4 Yukon potatoes. I got the small halves in the oven. Bacon. One more. 2 into 1. I'm getting shit everywhere. And my mustache trying to get some. Anyway, my apologies. Let me take a sip of this damn water. And the other one is full. I filled a brand new one up with the. And this one was standing there because I was holding it underneath. And I'm up here. He was trying to stand up on my leg, like trying with them damn claws. But anytime he see me with this, and he wants to. Because he likes to, you know what I'm saying, drink when I'm pouring it. You know what I mean? I'm like, God dog, bro, come on, go easy, man. He's watching me do it, and he's up on my leg. Like I'm going to bring it down so he can drink from it. That's why his ass was up on the toilet. I'll be with the door open, you know what I'm saying? And that day I caught him sitting there on the toilet with the lid up. I was like, what the fuck is you doing, cuz? I thought that was some YouTube, TikTok shit. But anyway. And then activated charcoal, you can see the color. I take the little, what you call it, millstone thing I got, and I take that out and I grind it again. Oh, it's already active. When I put it in the filter, it's activated. I want to get out as much metal as I can, fluoride. Okay, let's get into it. So, I mean, like, I don't have, it's not my decision. Everybody's got a choice. Do I still read them? Of course. Damn it. Because I can relate them to some stories. Let me show my food up. That's nasty. Well, it's not nasty, but I mean. These are rinse and all that, but. Okay, there we go. It's, I read it because some things are very moral. It's about a lifestyle. It's been turned into a religion. Excuse me, I almost went there. And it's been broken up. And when people come talking that smack to me, I think I'm like, you're perverse. You're sick. You dig what I'm saying? You come talking that crap to me, but you don't even know what you're talking about. You know, they don't know the first thing about it, where it originated from. They believe the damn fake Jews are the real people, and they're not. And yet they establish, and go and check the history. Don't take my word for nothing. They established all the wars. When I told people that John Kennedy was an Ashkenazi Irishman, they said, first everybody said I was crazy. About 25, 30 years ago, I said, bullshit, he's an Irish and Jew. And they come to find out, everybody's like, oh shit. John F. Kennedy, Fitzgerald Kennedy, is a goddamn Ashkenazi. God dog, man. Hey, a lot of them have some morals. Some people over there are secretive. They gotta be careful. They in the circle, they know what some of these morbid sadists do over there. That's what they are. It's in their DNA. It's sickening. And then when they come into the world, they're not jabbed up like all the babies here. Oh, how do I know? Want me to take you out to Brooklyn, New York? Want me to introduce you to a couple of people so they can tell you themselves? They ain't got no little round dot on their arm. Even when they went to fucking Vietnam, they didn't get they didn't walk through the hyperbolic line of goddamn, all them damn air shots, pushing who knows what in you. Don't believe me? If you got one in your family and no one is really honest with you, go and ask them. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the hidden lands beyond Antarctica. The continuation of Moore's journey between interconnected planets. And they don't go to your school and learn. The ones that do, they're the ones that need the throw off. You get what I'm saying? They sacrifice all they own for one motherfucker to survive. Y'all don't get it. And we are not that way. But damn it, we're getting close to being just as damn dumb. Anyway, this is Nels Confound. I'm Claudio Naselli, and we're actually in chapter 5, the books about the hidden lands. And I figured you guys would really be into this. This is the picture I meant to show you yesterday. I don't know if I did. I don't think I did. Right before we get to the ancestral books of the Sacred Library, this is a picture. I wish I was looking for it to actually show you on the tablet. I couldn't find it. I'm going to have to go and look again and probably use some different keywords. But here, it's talking about the 7 resets. So we got the first human Hyperborea in Asgard. Then the first generation of here, Athriel, I call it. And it's a timeline. Now, there's not dates. It's unnecessary. You should have a good idea by knowing all the different things that have supposedly happened. You know, the frozen, the flood, the vernal, the destructive, the... And Asgard is a different land. It's closer to the source. Remember I was saying, and I never read that. I never read this. I've been saying that for a long time. We aren't from here, but we settled. And we made a magical place. But you know how it is when you occupy space. Things change when you start digging around, pulling up things. Okay? Why is it important to keep you right here? Why cannot you travel outside? Who would want to stop that? See what I'm saying? Like, that's the reason why I'm reading this stuff. It is much more darker and perverse than you think. And destruction is real on a megalithic scale. Anyway, chapter 5, the books about the hidden lands. Before beginning this extensive tour, I must clarify several points that are necessary, and that may also be enlightening when we go through it later. And if any of y'all ever wanted to have a podcast where we talk about Bible, Torah, Tanakh, whatever, more than welcome. We can set it up, and we can get groovy. All the information that we have gathered, and you got to remember, even here, they still practice a form of religion like Christianity, but they incorporated in everything. All the information that we have gathered and that you can find in one of our most precious buildings in the city of El Arca, or the Ark, and Reenacker, where Morris visited thousands of times during his extensive stay in the ancestral lands, is simply a tiny part of a great puzzle, which, although it is true that it is more complete and can be visited by any ancestral citizen, unlike those of the new humanity, which most of them do not know, as you don't, we must also take into account that we still have a lot to know, even from the same custodian or Anunnaki dome that are trying to unveil some mystery today about everything that surrounds the celestial lands and what is behind the Great Dome. That's why they're here. They want to find out what's this source, per se. They answered anyway the deepest questions that seem to haunt about the great mystery of the existence of the beings down here. But now is not the time to give you more information so as not to overwhelm you. This information you do not need for now. I think the best to start this path as once the same giant human called Shiki. William Morris met her. Taught my dear father William the stories of the ancients and will explain several important points of the lands that are unknown to you today. We have an extensive part of our library with all the stories of those heroes, both ancestral and human, of previous generations, including other stories that were taken in the great custodian centers where many giants and giant humans entered during the Great War. Custodian reports that explain many phenomena, such as the use of portals, hidden lands, and the famous planets as you know them. What I meant before with the vast majority is unaware is that there are groups of people who are aware of various custodian phenomena and plans that are carried out daily, even on other lands. And I would dare say on custodian technology as well. In fact, it has been and is delivered to this day to members who are in the highest spheres, secret organizations, and several people of the forces that have possibly traveled and been in other planets or even lands that surround their walls. Some have returned and others have not. Among all the stories that you will read below, you will find several of these characters that for favors done against their own brothers, betrayal, have won a passage to other places. Some of them as recondite, as that of their dark minds that work to harm their own race. So they go and they watch them over there warring. They get to live a little longer, the diet's a little better, the air's not too bad, but they get to watch them fight all the time. These texts have never been violated, nor have they been exposed to other people who have not been our Anakin brothers or ancestral humans. Therefore, do not alter them. They have never left our lands, and today it is time to do so with a great purpose and destiny, which is neither mine nor their own, but that of the millions of humans who are born in walled lands, without being able to even stop to think about the ground they walk on, because they have not left you. Because you outrage you. Because they outrage you, excuse me. When you get what I'm saying, it's just a lot of comments, y'all. I wish I could just have a long conversation with him. Anyway, it says, being able to even stop to think about the ground they walk on, because they have not left you, and because they outrage you. They punish you, they inhibit you, they restrain you, they empty you spiritually from the primary schools to latter make you compete amongst yourselves to see which one gets the prize of eating. Too much. Eating and not eating at all at the same time. They play with your stomachs, with your minds, with your hope, as they played with your great-grandparents, great-grandparents, parents, your great-grandparents, grandparents, parents, and siblings, and etc. Excuse me. He got carry on. He's got commas on a lot of places. I hold up. You're going to be like, that's a comma rating. But anyway, these texts are an intrinsic part to find the forgotten path of our past and our greatness. It will be up to you to draw your own conclusions about the stories that are expressed here, as well as to differentiate the many lies that some will bring to light later in reference to these books, both about the lands that were kept hidden for the new humanity, as well as many other topics related to the ancient civilizations, and the resetting and the colonizing parasites. And as they will most likely try to manipulate and erase these stories throughout these years, that will be sent by the same custodians who will try to prevent this knowledge in the final liberation. We're talking about based upon what we accomplished in the Greater Tartary. Yet you need to remember that when we came from Asgard, nobody was fucking with us. But then there was a war. We will never determine what you should or should not believe. You should always investigate on your own and follow what your heart feels without any conditioning. But be aware about everything that is opposite to the most important, about the infinite spiritual potential of the human being and his or her freedom. Knowing this reality, at least you will be closer to be able to see all that we are exposing here. And freedom is only one and can be obtained in many ways, such as fighting. But the fight is not physical, as we learned in the Great War, where human freedom was sought and obtained only a reset of new human slaves of their own lands. Wow, dude, come on, grammar, bro. Anyway, where human freedom was sought and obtained only, and it should say but only a reset of new human slaves of their own lands, or it was due to that. Oh, that's what happened. It's not saying as far as when I'm reading it, the grammar, it's brother Spanish, but it's good, it's still good. Then the path has to be spiritual. Now, if the mental chains are broken, then you will be in a place that not many were, At least in this humanity, where the cold parasites rule, you can even travel to that place without lifting a finger. I'm gonna hold this up, and y'all can screenshot it and read it for your goddamn selves. But I'm pretty good at reading, even when I'm tired. This boy got it. It comma the hell up, y'all. I mean, comicals. Comicals. I got a comatose. Anyway, let's get into chapter 6. This one's really. This is the resets, the last step towards total destruction. Check this out. Resets or restarts are undoubtedly one of the major concerns of both us and most other civilizations and worlds around us who are aware of the current human situation. And for those who are not aware, a reset or restart, as its word indicates, is to carry out an abrupt ending to make room for a new beginning. But if you still believe that a new beginning is something productive or healthy, I regret to inform you that in this case, your illusions will be shattered into thousands of pieces, because this is almost always carried out in the worst possible way: hostile, bloody, cold, violent, and all the terrifying qualifications that we could use here to catalog such an aberration before life, and before, in this case, humanity. And it's destructive. You know, when you find all these things going like this head's 60,000 years old. It's got cracks and holes in it. Talking about, wait a minute, looks like there's some bone carvings. Bitch, that's weapons. Blew and scarred the body and tore it apart. These sons of bitches lie on a regular because they want you to believe in the fake history they've given you. And most people have consummated that ideology. I'll be like, wake up for real. Like, not the, oh yeah, I know who I am. Genealogy, I got my papers. I'm woke. Nigga, they just took the first step to start to have a little understanding of who you may be. Anyway, let's carry on. This interruption to human progress is always carried out in the worst way, okay? And the motives are not positive either. After each reboot, there would always be enormous changes with modification in the human mind and body, as well as modification of the environment. The Anunnaki custodian technology was advancing so much that it was more and more difficult to miss anything. These resets are carried out by the same parasitic races since the beginning of their colonization here in these lands. But as we were saying, they were intensifying each time they were carried out, one after another, because either humanity itself took the pressure to the maximum level to know its true essence, and the worlds and civilizations that surround it in conjunction with the dirty parasitic hands it has on it, or it was carried out by the latter, in their eagerness to abruptly end the war, a large-scale revolt, or simply an advance in technology wearing to the power. Now, the power of the known power, we could call it, since it does not matter too much the faces or bodies we know that may be at the front in those unreachable domes, they are always or almost always dominated by the same custodian Anunnaki power, a mixture. Now, of the 7 known resettings, the most serious and the one that was carried out the worst, based on the bloody and hostility added to the change that humanity would have next, was the last one. And it was carried out to annihilate the great heroes of the Great Tartary, as well as the humans who followed fervently and had understood that the true desire to be free and all that this meant. Once the southern giants, or Anakin, penetrated from behind the so-called South Pole, or rather South Portal, they immediately began their plan to liberate humanity by providing technology that the 6th generation human had never seen, as well as information from outside the first dome. Now, the custodians who had had an epic battle against the Anunnaki during that period were the giants, where the giants took the opportunity to intermingle on the old continents, had to once again come to a treaty agreement with the Anunnaki to help them with this great problem that had arisen during their absence on their most treasured colony. They had left an inferior race of Orion Greys, Although they surpassed humans in technology, the colony has simply not been guarded as it should have been. It is still unknown if it was intentional or not. But since then, the relationship they had with the custodians for trusting them and not fulfilling the assigned task guarding their great colony was to change forever and take a course of no return. Now, hence the giant humans, Anakin giants, Anakin, Anakin Walker, Anakin. What did I teach you about the Force? The Anakin giants and humans of the sixth generation began to die in different ways, both in the same battles and the many air attacks to the great cities cores, as well as different climatic disasters. It would begin to happen and help the annihilation of every being that stepped on the known lands. The deaths were counted very well to reach the needed number of reboot, and the babies were prepared in their great hidden laboratories to proceed to inhabit the new human dawn in the seventh generation. The new humanity would begin. Our humanity was beginning to emerge during great battles. Heroes both giant and ancestral perishing in what would be epic memories of yesterday, trying to change the course of a sleeping humanity. The great TRU would fall along with its great technology based on free energy, and its many dreams shattering into pieces against the cold ocean watered with blood. Many of the humans were able to slip away and escape along with the Anakin through the passages or portals that led to the other lands behind the first dome. And despite the great floods and eternal roads to them, some of them survived and even today continue to tell their stories. The parents of my dear wife, and she herself, who even as a baby of just months old escaped the arms of her mother, to an uncertain future, but they gave her some hope to start again in other lands away from their origin, but also away from the terror that was being lived. Undoubtedly, then, this last recorded restart was the crudest of all for the way it was given and for the sorrow of feeling that we were very close to winning that great battle for freedom, and that everything came to nothing with devastating consequences for the new humanity to come. Our own, my brothers, who continue to struggle daily to free themselves, knowing it or not, from that world that they were told that it must be like that. That made no sense. That they were manipulated, that it cannot be changed, and that they were given in a rain of lies with absolute bad intentions to leave them on their knees since childhood. They can still get up. And I still know in my heart that humanity lives and dreams more than ever with a possible freedom. And we from here, believe me, that we will try everything until the end of our days. I can't write in this book, but boy, I want to correct some of the grammar and grammatical errors, but I still love reading. It is because it's the meat. We're looking for the meat, the puzzle pieces that kind of makes sense. Next will be chapter 7, the petrified trees and the southern giants and the connection with fifth generation humanity. I may have to go and read this and mark some things, just to, but it is what it is. And I hope y'all enjoyed that reading. I want to finish this little half of vegan sandwich, and we'll be back in about 3 o'clock, and we're going to get into Behold a Pale Horse and Gods of Eden and so on and so on. And what was that? Hey, what's going on, baby girl? Oh, what's going on? Oh, hi. We are the Jedi, exactly. And most people don't know that. Rhonda, what's going on, beloved? I hate you already. APJR. So we have an idiot who's we had an idiot using a weak name because they're scared. It was Ashkenazi probably. Minds.tv, what's going on, beloved? What's happening? Hey, I'm baby girl Slaughter. What's going on, beloved? How you doing? Mr. C, yeah, you already know, fam. Gods and goddesses, you got that? Just gods. Gods doesn't mean man or woman. It just means like the light, sentient ones. But yeah, I respect that. Yo, JB, what's going on, beloved? You already know. I appreciate y'all stopping in. I didn't know if it's because nobody was sitting here, so you know how it is. I appreciate that. But yeah, I just want to hit them from the channel. You know, they'll come up with another one. You know, and I have too many Russian brothers and sisters who I respect, so you know it's some fraud. You know, but don't give them no energy. We're gonna. I want to read. I might read this later on tonight. I might sit here with a fresh new rolled blunt because I really don't smoke that much. But that motherfucker I rolled the other day, boy, that motherfucker was good. I'll sit here with a nice glass of wine. I might even put on my little Johnny Cochran robe and my little. I don't know. I might just be bad motherfucking foot. Anywho, we're gonna get in. We're gonna get into this one right here. This is gonna be good. Some good stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and read through there. I don't want to mark in that book. I don't like marking in my new book, so. But if I see something, I might have to sit there and white out one of them goddamn commas or something, because it just stops me. What the fuck? Oh man, that's a carry on. Whoa, wait. But I just keep reading because I'm reading with you guys. All right. I said when I got it, I wasn't gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna read it with you. And I did look at a few things because it's interesting, like each chapter. I'm like, oh, this is. They went in, but he was pressed to put these books out. So it is what it is because it's in different languages. All right. So hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too broken. I mean, when you're reading along and you see stuff where it shouldn't be, it's not harping on his stuff. Because like I said, I'm writing and I go back and right now I have to rewrite a section kind of in the middle of where I was at. And I always got to go back because punctuations, for people when they read, punctuation is everything. As far as the narrative, because we have been taught and made to believe that these are words, and I keep telling you these are sounds based upon vibrations. Because the way of our tongue, our throat, our teeth, our jaw, the muscles move and the lips, the sounds become what we consider words. And in doing that, from me to you, it's like being on the water. If you put the canoe, which means wawa, which means water, right? The canoe and water are one. So when we put the canoe on the water, when we put the canoe on the water, you know what it alludes to, and that's the whole thing. It's just vibrations, and we were educated for it to make sense, and yet it was a trap of spells. Okay, because you got to remember there was no such thing as water. Every time I see it wrote down, I'm like, that comes from the Muskogee speaking people. Like, what's going on here? Because that's what a canoe is. That's what it means. So, hope that was good enough for you. I appreciate that. And yeah, I ordered 2 books. I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all keep donating. We're gonna really knock all the books, and hopefully we can get a box in here, and hopefully the 4th bells and chimes don't go off, and everybody starts going. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? We're in the fight of our lives, and people are docile. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, number love. I'll see y'all here in about 2 hours or so, okay? And beloved sisters and my brothers, appreciate y'all. And hey, I call her Rebel. She calls herself Royal Meadows, and she was her name, which is a wonderful thing. So she posted one of my videos from TikTok, and I appreciate that. Any new subscribers, I appreciate you coming in. I talk a lot of shit, so just be prepared. I hope you're not timid and weak. Maybe we can get you a little stronger and get the thin skin a little thickened. You know what I'm saying? But that's my buddy out there. I got some dog treats for him. I'm gonna sign off, and I'm gonna get with y'all in about. Well, let's shoot for 2:30. All right, we'll make it a little earlier. All right. Appreciate y'all.